Welcome to B&B Outdoors. Up here in upstate New York today. Gonna be about 30 something degrees today, so I figured I'd finally get a chance to take out the wood splitter I built. Been working on for, I don't know. It's been done for about a month. I just haven't had the chance to get to go over it and show you guys the splitter. It's a stand-up splitter, so this is kind of just a general look of it. I figured this is probably the best day to get at it, being it's going to be almost 30 today. Snow later, but we'll deal with that when it comes. Up here on the farm. Alright, so here's the specs on this little thing I built. I guess not specs, but it's got a little Harbor Freight 212 engine, 6.5 horse, 2-inch ball receiver. I hooked my truck, just towed it over this morning, 65 down the road, no problem. It's got a 2-stage 13-gallon minute pump, drops down to a 6. There's the second stage. That's the second hydraulic tank. The first one is the actual beam that holds the whole cylinder. So here's the fill, just a cap, fill it right there. I got a little gauge on it so you can see what kind of hydraulic oil you got. There's a filter, that's a tank return filter. That tube goes right into this tank and then it goes into the suction. Got my log lift cylinder. The hardest part about building this thing was that log lift. So when I originally built the log lift, it would come up and go down, it'd be level. The problem was, where the hinges were, I had to figure out how to make it so it would fold all the way up, you know, from there to a 180 up. And then I got 2 bolts, so I pin it, you know, right here and right here. So when you're traveling down the road with it, it gets pinned right there. Got my foot control right here, and it's a self-return. There's the self-return on it. Wedge comes up, hits that, brings it back in the return position until it hits neutral. 13-inch tires, 2-inch square tube. It was actually a pretty simple built machine. I mean, I've seen a lot of these, their price ranges are pretty astronomical on them. So I figured, to hell with it, I'll try and build one. I build skid steer splitters. I don't have one here right now. Front mount skid steer splitters. One's on my channel, it's a green one. And I wanted to stand up, so I do bundle wood. There's a bundle on the back right there. I haven't done any yet. I usually do it in the springtime and summer and fall. Wintertime I don't have many people wanting bundles. I also built this thing. If I can get it out of here. Why don't I get it out of here and see if we can't set it up. So this right here is a little bundler for bags. So I'll be able to sit here, pick the logs up, split, put them in the bundler. My bag slides over it. And when it's full, just take the handle here, tilt it down, bag drops out, and boom, there's your bundle. I mean, it cost me, I think, 40 bucks to build this. 40 bucks compared to the 1,200 for wrappers or 2,300 for wrappers. I've seen bundlers like this for 300-500. 40 bucks, a little bit of time. So yeah, let me get this thing fired up. We'll see if the log lift works. This will be the first time I try it. The handle for the log lift's right under there, so you can stand here and just pick it up. I have tried it with me standing on it and reaching over. Anyways, just gotta fire it up. I got a few blocks already cut up, some cherry, and we got some other junk here for the farm. They got a boiler, so that's why we usually run the skid steer splitter, because it doesn't matter what size it's got to be. It's just got to be able to fit through a door of the boiler. All right, I'll fire it up and we'll get going. So far, pretty happy with that. Now that we know it'll go through a knot, fairly simple. I'm not sure the tonnage between the two-stage pump dropping down like it does. I'm more worried about cycle speed, because if I'm doing, you know, bag wood, I'm not trying to put a big burly knotted oak or a beech or anything up here. I'm just, you know, I'm selecting my pieces. But for going through a knot on a cherry as easy as it did, fairly impressed. Alright, so now I gotta get this bagger figured out. I tried it once when I built it at home in my garage. These are just Amazon bags, so that could be part of the issue. They're kind of, seems like they catch if you get it in the wrong spot. But the idea is, I'm supposed to be able to slip this right over. That over. Got some uneven ground here from the skid steer messing it up. And there's your bag. There it is. So I guess what I could do is probably take and, I mean, they're not sharp, but the bag's kind of catching on that. Maybe I could cut them back and just round it off. Could get a better bag, but yeah, they're 70 cents a bag, so I mean, it's not the cheapest, but it ain't horrible. I like it. It does its job. So this and that machine, I built everything from scratch. That's from ground up. Rims and tires and the spindles, easy Amazon find. 65 down the road, no bearing heated up, nothing. You can find some decent stuff on Amazon. The valves, they were on Amazon. It's not the most expensive build, but hey, it's pretty impressive for what it is. And it don't weigh much. This engine, I think, was 310 bucks after tax. I built the tank. Everything on this I built, besides the engine and the cylinders. And obviously the pumps, and I did the lines, but I didn't build them. But everything that went into it, even that, the lever and all that, built that. The tower, everything. I didn't feel like spending, you know, $15,000 to $23,000 for a stand-up splitter even. I just can't afford it. So I figured I'd build my own for not even a tenth of the cost. I don't want to say how much I got into this, because it'd probably make people sick, especially when they go out and spend what they do on the other ones. It's ideas taken from multiple machines and made into my own. And I wouldn't really say ideas, because they're really simple. I don't know, it's kind of hard to not be able to come up with it. But yeah, other than that, pretty happy with it. I'm gonna do a little more. My son's somewhere. He stayed the night at the farm. He's over at the farmhouse somewhere. He'll be out eventually. So yeah, until next time, we'll see you then. B&B Outdoors. Like and subscribe.